Hi, I'm Dr. Timothy Yen, clinical psychologist and author of Choose Better. Welcome to Choose Better in Real Life, where we have honest conversations about the decisions that shape our relationships, careers, and personal growth. We leave each conversation with practical insights to help you live with greater purpose, clarity, and intention. Your Choosing Better starts now. So we're back to Choose Better in Real Life, summer edition. And we know that with summer comes fun things, but also some new stresses. And we know that it doesn't just affect the parent and the child, but it can also affect the relationship within couples, between parents and parents. And so we want to talk a little bit about the common stressors that come up with co-parenting and how do we come back together as a team to love each other well and, again, live out the summer in the best way possible. So, Hadi, let's talk a little bit about just kind of common challenges when it comes to being co-parents and tackling some of these summer stressors.
Yeah. So one of the main things we see among parents or couples is labor division. So not that so many couples, it's not that they don't have that, but the rules are not very clear. Sometimes they're overstepped. Sometimes one thing that I'm doing too much of prep. Another one thing that when I'm actually task-based, I'm doing it. The other one's like what I'm planning it, right?
Yeah.
So, and that comes sometimes from lack of clear communication about these things. And that comes with feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, not being able to, they see that the other one is not listening or not valuing their job. And that leads to more tension and problems sometimes.
Yeah.
This is one of the common things about parenting that happen a lot.
Yeah. So I have a confession to make if you're good with it.
Let's do it.
So there was a time in my life,
Yeah.
which was probably not that long ago, where as the one who primarily works in the family, I had this myth that maybe the parenting stuff is kind of like less my thing and more my wife's thing. And as you can probably guess, that doesn't translate over very well. And I remember there was this one time where things were kind of heated and I kind of fired back and said something like, hey, you don't understand like the stress and the things that I'm mentally and emotionally caring about work. So yeah, you got to make space for me to be able to do my job. And my wife, bless her heart, fired back and said, well, I think that you actually have the easier thing where you can just kind of like in your noble steed, ride off to the sunset and go to work. And you kind of leave me with the 3 kids and doing all these things. And she's like, that's just not fair. And I would fire back like, well, I'm doing it for the family. Like I'm working hard. I want to provide for my family. She goes, I think you're just trying to feed your own ego.
Wow, that was a big one.
Maybe she didn't use the exact words, but she's kind of like, I think you're doing it more for you. Like, and of course I'm huffing and puffing and I'm like, that's not true. And then took a step back and I'm like, okay, maybe maybe it is a little bit easier to go to work and maybe it is a little about like what I can do and what I can accomplish. But I share all that just to say that on the flip side, there's this term that I didn't really understand it until I started kind of walking through it with my wife. And there's this term called emotional labor or mental load, where my wife in her kind of snarky moments would say like, oh, like it's like I'm mothering 4 children. And I'm like, how dare you? Like I do much more than I do with my other 3 kids. But what she means is I'm kind of looking to her to be like, so what should I do? And she's like, well, this is kind of my first time doing it too. Why am I having to carry this emotional load to come up with what you should do.
Yeah.
She's like, why can't you be more proactive and figure it out, perhaps? And so there is something to be said that when it comes to co-parenting, or just doing life as a family, that's my confession, is sometimes I take a step back and I believe that my wife is somehow like better at it than me. She probably is, but she's better at it than me. Therefore, I can take a step back and be less proactive. I don't know if you can relate with that at all.
No, you're right. That emotional load, which sometimes comes from, being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Feeling overwhelmed because what we do, and sometimes not seeing the other person's perspective.
Exactly.
This whole term about others' perspective in psychology that adults, at least, they should develop that and seeing like what the other ones is feeling and so and so. And with that, being able to share that with each other. This is a healthy communication. The marriage is not a battle to win. The marriage is a cooperation, is a team. I'm doing something, you're doing something. We can talk about it. We can exchange ideas on how we can do it. But the moment it becomes to ego, I and you, it's like soccer players are playing in two different teams, right?
Rather than we're talking about soccer, World Cup. Yeah, two different teams.
You're following it?
I am. Oh, it's exciting. Yeah, it's really good to watch.
So this and a lot of communication skills to learn. It's not about criticizing. It's not about correcting. Sometimes couples come and says, "Oh my God, I feel so exhausted. Kids are just like killing me." And then the husband will come and say, "Well, yet outside I'm very tired too." Then I'm dismissing, right? I feel like you're trying to tell me that I'm not doing enough, or you're just like highlight what you're doing.
Well, it may not be the case. Like your spouse may not be saying you're not doing enough, but when they're talking about how hard things are, sometimes we can unmistakably interpret that as like, well, is it my fault that you're feeling overburdened?
We feel complaint.
Yes.
Then we dismiss the emotion. Then they feel, oh my God, not heard and loved and cared.
Yes.
And then they're going to come back with being emotionally charged and unmet emotions and so and so. And that's the beginning of a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And it's pile up sometimes. Like, why we're acting this way with each other? Because there's a lot of emotional needs that we couldn't meet, right?
Yeah.
So just like sometimes you're right, it should be very exhausting,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very tough to spend time with kids, or she's coming from work, for example. Oh my God, this boss is killing me. Rather than saying that, well, I told you that you have to talk to him this way. She's not looking for advice. You're not a mentor.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't know. I would have dealt with that boss. You're right.
That sounds terrible.
And psychology always said with couples, do not correct each other when it's about the third party.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong, don't correct it in the moment. They're just looking for emotional support.
Validate the feeling. Like,
right?
If I were in your shoes, I would probably feel very similarly.
And with parenting, sometimes happen. Like, she told me the little kid or teenagers told me this and that. A lot of times, parents, they take the kid's side. But you know what? You shouldn't be nicer. Remember yesterday you yelled. He's not looking for your correction.
It's not the time.
It's not a time
for feedback.
Just advice. Just be there. Verify the feelings.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Another time you can say, what do you think we should do about being frustrated and behavioral,
I love
things
it.
that we have. So you feel validated, you feel cared and loved, and see the spouse. And then the other, so that's very important. So these are some of the skills. The other thing is like the easier soft startup. We might come up with, that's how emotionally can regulate our emotions and supporting each other. Easier, softer startup rather than, you're never there for me. You're always, out. You don't know these kids are kids.
Which might be how it feels.
It does.
But then it's hard to be on the receiving end of that without feeling some sort of guilt or responsibility.
And I always say that then that conversation is not about the topic anymore. It's about the style of communication. You're not talking respectfully and criticizing me. Forget about the topic, right?
Yeah.
So it's not about don't have any disagreement or any issue in marriage or in parenting. Matter of fact, Dr. Gottman said that 69% of marital issues are perpetual issues.
Yeah. They're not going away. They're not going away.
Exactly. When I read that, I was like, are you kidding me?
That's a high percentage.
I was like, maybe 15%. But he's saying that successful couples, they know how to navigate, get along with each other to go through this, rough route sometimes. And when it comes to parenting, it's the same thing. We can have different opinions, but understanding each other, no criticism, and also seeing the positive sides of each other.
Yeah.
So we tend to see the negative side sometimes, just like criticizing, but seeing the whole picture that makes me appreciate my spouse. And of course, there's a lot of mental skills and communication, conflict resolution, day-to-day, marriage. And one of the thing I want to say, one of the biggest things for parents, issue happens, they don't have time. Couples as parents, they don't have time for each other.
Yes.
Especially if they don't have a support system around.
Very
They're
difficult.
just burnout, exhausted. It's all about kids, and they don't have any intimate time, right? To go out to have fun and to just like without the kids or travel. If they have this option, I always recommend sometimes just like someone take care of the kids.
Get a sitter, find a friend, do an exchange program. They have kids too.
Exactly.
Let that couple have a night out, and you'll watch their kids, and then vice versa.
Yeah.
There's creative ways to do it. But circling back to the greatest gift that we can give our children is a healthy, vibrant marriage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is very important for them. And opposite, it makes them stressed, anxious, and a lot of time they feel it's their fault.
Oh, when the marriage is not great.
Children feel it's their fault.
Yeah.
And they feel like it's something I have to do, step up.
I mean, it might partially be their fault. Not intentionally, but you know what I mean? Like there can be a handful sometimes. But all that to be said, kind of going back to the Choose Better framework, tell me a little bit about, in terms of values of self, what are some ideas as to the kind of values we want to live out when our spouse may be under a lot of stress? How would we want to show up in those kind of situations? I hope you're finding today's conversation helpful. If you would like to keep going deeper, I've created a variety of resources to support you on your journey. On my website, you'll find articles on mental health, relationships, parenting, leadership, and personal growth. You can also take one of my assessments to better understand where you are and identify practical next steps. For a deeper dive, download my free ebook or pick up a copy of Choose Better, where I walk through the complete framework in greater detail. You can also connect with me on social media for more practical insights, short videos, and conversations to help you apply these ideas in everyday life. And if you're looking for more personalized support, you'll find information about counseling, coaching, workshops, and additional resources. Everything is linked below. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
So, very good question. I think the first thing is that just checking in with their emotions, with their feelings. Sometimes you can't fix anything.
Yeah.
But I'm just here to sit down next to you. What if the job's of therapist, before they fix anything, just like, I'm here to listen to you.
Just to understand,
right?
Just to care about you.
Yeah. I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I see why you're feeling this way. Right? Just being there, check-ins. And sometimes throughout the day, it can be a short phone calls or a text or something that, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you feeling?
What value would you say that is? Someone that exhibits or at least aims to do those kind of check-ins.
You matter. You're important.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you.
And it's crazy, especially in today's day and age where we are easily distracted. There's so many things that we can be paying attention to. I would say the silver lining in all that is those text messages saying that I'm thinking about you, send a meme or whatever it is that you send means so much more now because we know how hard it is to pause, think about someone and actually do something about it. And so I know that on the receiving end, receiving the text, it just feels that much more special. And the value of self in this context would be someone who is mindful and considerate, right? Like I care about being a considerate, loving person. And then in action, it means dropping a line and saying, hey, not only am I thinking about you, I'm letting you know I'm thinking about you. And I'm asking questions. I'm checking in.
On the text note, please do not text when you have an issue with each other. oh, you did this last night. I don't know, like
on the flip, yeah.
I had some
the wrong time.
cases, pages and pages of texts.
Yeah.
Fighting, she doesn't have emotions, but just checking. I always said text is for, I love you, I was thinking about you, don't forget to buy bread, yogurt,
some logistical stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, or sometimes I said throughout the day, you're leaving the house, for example, whoever is living, put a note.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you.
Yeah.
I'll see you so-and-so tonight, right?
Yeah.
Or some reminder cards or something here and there. Sometimes some gifts. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just like, I was thinking about you type, right?
That's it.
And when you go through the rough time, I'm here for you.
And you have reservoir. You have like clout built up so that when things go sideways, misunderstanding happens, you just find that your spouse is way more forgiving and gracious because you've been making deposits, as Gottman would say, right? You're making these kind of emotional deposits for a rainy day.
Yes, exactly. And again, we shouldn't become a mentor. Sometimes when I come home, let me have a confession here as well.
Oh, I love confessions. Talk to me.
My wife would start talking to me like, hey, I feel this way and that way. And the first thing she's like, I don't want a therapist husband. I want husband.
That's the cool version.
Right?
I'm just kidding.
I was like, I feel like, okay, so then probably before when she talked,
you had something for her. You're trying to fix it. Yeah.
Let me be an expert.
I got
tell you what to do. Right. And I learned that just pause. And the strategy, I just pause. And until she asked me, what do you think I should do? I don't say what to do. It's like,
what's funny is I'll argue that you're still being a therapist husband.
Because I'm using this.
Yeah, that's right. You're just front loading the emotional support part of your therapist. She doesn't want the second half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like advice. Yeah. Right.
So good. So kind of as we kind of close out, what I would say is when it comes to value of others, caring about the things that other people care about. I'm just thinking about this couple that I'm working with. And the husband, in this case, very caring, very on top of it. And he's very good about task, right? So we're talking about mental, emotional load. In some ways, he's kind of, just hitting it out of the park. He has the spreadsheets. He's doing all these different things. But the complaint that he's hearing from his spouse is, I feel like you're not listening to me. But the way that she says it is, you keep forgetting these details, like these details of things that I've mentioned. And then, as you can probably imagine, the husband's like really frustrated. He's like, I'm kind of like at least above average, if not like a great husband. I'm doing all these things, yet I still feel like I'm failing you. Like I'm still not enough. And with all the things that are going on in my head and keeping track of things, I can't remember all the little details. Like, sue me. Like, what do you want from me? But how we moved through that was the way that when the husband got defensive and saying like, well, I mean, in a weird way, they're actually saying the same thing. They're both saying, I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. Look at what I'm doing. That's the defensive piece. And so we, in our therapy work together, we did a quick shift and we said, well, when the husband, again, you are doing a lot. And in the session, the wife is like, no, I really do appreciate that. Maybe I don't say it enough, but I do appreciate those things. But when I hear you list off all the things that I'm doing, what she's hearing is, this is just who I am. I just forget stuff. Take it or leave it. And she's like, that doesn't sound like you care about the fact that I'm not feeling seen or heard. And so even a small, and this is what I told the husband, I was like, hey, even something small, like picking up your phone and making the effort to jot down little ideas, is things that she says, just the fact that you are being proactive and leaning into how to remember, that means more to the wife, or in this context, his spouse, than actually remembering it. It's the fact that you heard what she said and you're actually trying to do something about it. And lo and behold, the wife's like, yeah, like that surprisingly made a difference. Like it showed me that he is listening, or he's trying his best to remember things and he's working on it. And
the effort that I see you're doing something
proactive about it. And of course, on the flip side, for where the wife is making improvements is she's also, instead of being critical about like kind of what he's not doing, she's also making sure to pay attention to what he is doing. And going back to some of what we talked about, the collaboration, they are now doing better about having set time. It doesn't be long, but just a set time where the husband can present, hey, these are some of the things that I believe are important, but he's giving his spouse the opportunity to kind of rank and be like, well, I see all these things are important, but I think items 2 and 4 are the more urgent ones. And then we'll tackle 1 and 3 kind of after that. And so it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see them kind of come together where their good intentions for each other are actually being felt.
That leads to another skills in marriage, that accept the influence of your spouse.
Yeah.
They can have an opinion, they can change it no matter what. Especially sometimes one spouse is more like advanced in career and job, and they're like, I'm so successful. They come home as a mentor and they're like, it's out of passion. I want you to be successful. If something happened to me, I want to do this and that. So, but no, accept their influence.
Yeah.
They can help. They're just like your partner, just like a spouse, and hearing and it's specifically for parenting. They have an opinion, and you just can, talk about it.
I love it. So kind of closing thoughts, I want to just kind of front load that let's just accept and normalize that summers can be hard and that the lack of routine and structure and maybe neediness of kids or just different perspectives, expectations. This is not even a summer thing. That's just
Overall,
like a marriage partnership thing. Normalizing that, hey, you're not doing anything wrong. It just means that you are a family that wants all the blessings, all the good things that life has to offer. And that tension that you're feeling is just increasing your capacity to be able to steward and kind of hold on and enjoy all those things. And the best way to go about doing it is to carve out some of that time to be on the same page and make sure that those values and that the care and love is being translated in a way that the other person can receive. And the analogy that I really like is you can spend 4 hours. Let's say you're trying to chop down the tree, right? The analogy is you can spend 4 hours using this dull axe and just chopping away. And that's one way to do it, kind of hard mode. Or you can spend an hour sharpening the axe and then cutting down the tree in one. And I think about therapy. I think about these intentional times to get on the same page as the sharpening. As they say, don't work smarter, not harder.
Yes,
that
exactly.
instead of just brute forcing through life and just being reactive, you would be shocked at how much sharper you can be if you slow down, take the time to get on the same page, which sometimes our anxious, productive part of ourselves are like, what a waste of time. Like I could be doing more during that hour. Well, you're working smarter, not harder. By sharpening that knife, being on the same page, not only do you often create better outcomes and you're prouder of yourself and your family, but you just enjoy the process just that much more when you sharpen a knife or the axe in this analogy.
Yeah, because sometimes just like if the conflict is continuing, it makes you more exhausted and deeper into issues. And you look back to see, oh my God, I have, load of issues with my spouse, versus coming to the therapy and learning what's going on, the patterns of issues, where this is coming from. Is it either it's individual aspects or just some, marriage, skills I have to learn. And a lot of parents sometimes like, oh my God, I could have learned these things earlier and have less issues. So I definitely say if it's within 2 weeks, you see that you can't solve something by yourself, seek professional help before it becomes deeper and deeper.
That's right. Again, it's the most important things in life, in my opinion, are the quality of your relationship.
Yes.
So why would you not invest your time, your resources into fostering, cultivating, building those up?
Yes.
Because that's the life stuff, right?
Yes.
Is the people that you do it with and the impact that you make around to those around you. So investing your time, whether it be in therapy, whether it be with trusted friends, like just having that community can really sharpen that axe and allow you to have a higher quality of life.
And I would say this is an investment for family too.
Yes.
Because I always say a successful parents are those who relatively have successful marriage.
Yes.
Without that, it's very difficult to have successful parenting because of the whole environment in the house.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
And I really enjoyed our conversations together.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and that kind of wraps up our Choose Better summer series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Choose Better in Real Life. Remember, meaningful change doesn't happen all at once. It happens one better decision at a time. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe and don't miss future episodes. And if you would like to continue growing, explore the free resources, assessments, ebook, and my book, Choose Better, using the links below. Until next time, keep choosing better.